congratulations on the film winning Best Film at the New York Critics Circle. How does that feel? First major award.
I'd like to think that I had a little bit more to do with it than I actually did.
There you go. That's a good answer. No, thrilled for everyone.
Now this award thing is probably going to stretch on for about 2 months. Are you prepared for doing all the glad handing and all that?
I don't think we're going to be very involved in all of that.
No,
we'll be cheering from the.
If I am, I will not be ready. No.
No, fair enough. Talking about the film, I mean, both your characters were inspired by real people. How much research do you do to get into the authenticity of the role?
Well, I've read a lot of books and Googled and kind of, did all that stuff. And then put it all aside and worked with the script. When you're working with people like Mark and Kathryn and this cast and this crew, for it to have been as much of a collaboration as it was, which it was, is a privilege and is very exciting, and you know that you're in safe hands.
Is it easy or is it difficult to keep your own sort of personal prejudices at bay when you're doing a film that's about terrorism, which can affect us all in one way or another?
I think if you are working with people who you trust, then you don't have to be concerned about that. I think if I were telling this story with a lot of other people at the helm, I would have been incredibly nervous and might not have even shown up to be there. But I trusted Mark and I trusted Kathryn and trusted that this story would be in as safe as possible hands. And I think that they did a remarkable job of it is as unbiased and unjingoistic as I think it would be possible for this story to be.
Yeah, and you think about as actors, there are actually scripts that you turn down, and you turn them down because for a variety of reasons, but one of them being when you've got a delicate situation like this, and you're talking about 9/11, I think it'd be more delicate. You cautiously would walk into something like that. With this, there's no caution needed. It's how far do you want me to jump?
What is the atmosphere like on the set? What kind of atmosphere does Kathryn build on a set?
Well, she is incredibly, she's a very enthusiastic, warm person. And she loves storytelling, and she gets excited and happy when the story is being told. And that's infectious, and it makes people, I think, open up and want to give more and more.
Yeah, I think it's really safe to say that both Kathryn and Mark are not only highly intelligent, but they are highly intelligent. They have highly intelligent hearts, and they're honest people, both ways. And it's you just know when you sit down and you're talking with them, you know what you're dealing with. You don't have to any other deals. That little voice inside says, "We're a go," and that's regardless of who they are, it's nice to meet people like that. But when you've got them, that they're also incredible filmmakers, and what have you, that's pretty much right on.
And Mark is working all the time. There are at least 3 or 4 days I was on it where I was given scenes that we were going to do, or huge changes to scenes that he had just rewritten and improved when you didn't really think that it was necessary for it to be improved. And I found that very exciting. And one scene, I felt it was handed, and we shot it that afternoon, and I mentioned to Kathryn the next day I didn't think I had done it in any way justice, and that I knew there was one line I hadn't got right. And she let me reshoot it. And that all is, that kind of collaboration and trust between a writer, a director, and an actor is really, and honesty and everything is really unusual and wonderful.